In this video, I'm going to be doing some mods on the Mercedes-AMG SL63. The G-Wagon was definitely the one that got the most hype out of this set, but I'm really in love with the Benz convertible. However, I think there's some opportunities for improvement, in particularly to the hood, the mirrors, and this car would look so good with functioning doors, especially given that we don't have any hardtop to deal with. And we'll also get that third brake light switched out to a 1x2 trans red tile. There we go, that was easy enough. Though I'm all for a functioning hood, this does not provide a good look. We can widen this hood so that 4 studs open, but I still don't think that would look right either. I think you need about 6 studs width for the hood if you wanted it to open and look proper. But then even so, what's the point of having a functioning hood if you don't have proper engine detail down here? So for that reason, I'm foregoing the functioning hood and just replacing it with something smooth looking, and in the end we won't have any studs showing. I could replace the hood with an all yellow one, but I thought about doing something a little more fun. First, I'll use all black for a carbon fiber look, and then I'll try out some racing stripes. For the carbon fiber look, I'm going to switch out these yellow pieces with some black ones that I'm robbing from my modded Vision GT. I think that looks pretty cool. But now let's try out some racing stripes. I think that looks pretty slick, or pretty sick, depending on which generation you're from. I think I can continue the black striping onto the side of this plate here. It's a little bit too complicated in the back, so I think I'll just keep it in the front. Yeah, I really like that look. But let's do something about those mirrors and try to add some functioning doors. If I simply remove the bracket and the mirror altogether in this 1x1 tile, I can use one of these 1x2 by 2/3 curved slopes that I got from the hood and replaced it with a black one for the striping. And that actually provides a nice smooth look that I like better than the original design. However, I still want some form of mirror. That's why on the other side I'm doing some experimentations. I robbed a black spoon mirror from an F1 car. I don't have the proper color for the 2x2 tile yet, but I was working on a swinging door here. But there's some weird stuff going on right there, and honestly it's not that secure. So I'm going to try something else like this. Though it's got a hinge plate, it's not hinging open. So let's try something else. Trying out different sloped pieces and the use of brackets to do some sideways building. Though it functions, it doesn't look good. I've got a lot of half plate thickness problems going on right here with these brackets. Also tried some snot bricks and tiling on the side to slide it into place, but don't seem like I've got a solution for this. And using this hinge plate maybe is not the best idea after all, because it just hinges in the wrong place. So let's scrap this idea and start fresh. Plus, if I use this brick build technique, yellow is going to be showing on the interior, not black like it was originally designed, and I like keeping it black because it's convertible and you can see all of the details of the interior. So I've come up with a possible solution using snot brick and some connecting plates, and of course the spoon mirror. And I think this may work. Look at how good that door looks from the inside using an inverted slope and inverted tile. There's only 2 problems. Well, it's not as smooth as this side because now we've got these connecting plates and bar showing. I can get past that knowing that this is a functional door. And then there's one other problem that I may be able to fix. I'm dealing with the half plate difference between lining up the black on the interior of the door and this slope right here. And it's sticking out half a plate from this tile. I won't be able to subtract a half a plate, but I can move this whole door over by 1 stud and add 1.5 plates. I got the door in where I wanted it to be, and the black and yellow lines blend in smoothly between the door and the rear quarter panel. However, there was one thing that I missed, that I overlooked. It was interference with the stuff on the interior. First of all, I was hitting the steering wheel, so I used a 2x2 corner plate to create that notch and get around the steering wheel. But then there was another issue. When the driver's inside, well, the door interferes with him. So what I'm going to have to do is remove a layer of plating. Dealing with this half plate thickness is driving me crazy. So it's because of this specialized chassis piece. There's a difference between here and here of a half plate. You see that gray piece? That's a half plate thickness there. So it's all about accommodating the minifigure's arms to fit in cars. You can see the space between where the driver's sitting and the edge of that black chassis piece. So that has been throwing me for a loop. I did find something that works. However, it's a little bit fragile because I haven't put everything back together there. But the driver always has to be holding his left hand up. So I don't know, maybe he's just fixing his sunglasses or always fixing his hair, just worried about his appearance. I guess I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I can remove this 1x3 inverted tile there, and then he can just rest his arm onto that plate down there and tuck it in. I guess that looks better from the outside. From the inside, you do see the back of that yellow plate. I think I finally got it right. This looks better. It's flush now. What I did was remove this bracket that was giving me that half plate thickness problem and switched it back out with that snot brick, and then had 2 black plates. And now his arm fits down, tucked in, and it's black on the full interior of the door. Everything's good. Yeah, the black and yellow lines don't match up perfectly, but that's how it was originally designed. You just always have that problem with that half plate thickness. There, I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Should I leave that spoon there or switch out the mirror to this element? And I did try to add a door handle on the inside of the door, but it just wasn't happening. I think a spoon mirror would be more accurate to the real thing, considering the real mirror isn't circular, it's elongated. So I'll get that swapped back out and then finish building the car, and of course do the same thing on the other side. Well, heck, it turns out the mirror is interfering with the windscreen. Right here, it won't close. So the windscreen, yeah, it's maybe a stud too long this way. Should be a little bit more flat and not wrapped around the sides. So that's causing me a problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave off the mirrors and instead put a door handle on the inside of the door. It's kind of far back, but it also acts as a good stop against the seat so that the door stops into place. Well, that's a behind the scenes look of how complicating it can be to mod a Speed Champions car, especially considering the designers already put out something good. There's one last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to try to salvage these stickers for the door handles. I'll just take any old sticker sheet, as long as it still has a straight edge, hold it tightly, and try to get that corner of a sticker. If one corner doesn't work, try another one, and slowly seesaw it back and forth until you have enough underneath the sticker sheet to peel it off. Whoop, didn't catch it. I'll have to do that again. There we go. The method of removing the sticker works best when it's just applied. After it's been applied for a while, you can kind of damage or crease the sticker when you're removing it and reapplying it. But there, I think that's a good look. I cleaned up the area around the windscreen to make it look a bit smoother by extending the black stripes back one more stud and then replacing these wedged tiles with more traditional ones and some black plates on each side and underneath the windscreen. I think things look better there. And also I saved some wedge tiles. Those are rare pieces that can be used for another build. I did return the pieces I stole earlier in the video back to these two cars. That concludes this mod video. I'll leave you now with some before and after video shots.